Sleepers Podcast is a Riley Friday, a two-man Riley Friday edition today. No big fella, no Carter Elliott, but Riley and I are here to hold it down. Riley, you said something to me that's been lingering on my mind for 2.5 hours now, and I still haven't overcome it. You said, "Hey, Greg, nice haircut. You look like a modern-day Lance Bass."
Yeah. I need to atone for my sins. You don't do that to your bros. If you're gonna compare them to an NSYNC member, you gotta go JT or JC. It's a pretty simple rules of like friendship to abide by. I thought maybe by giving you the compliment first, that would communicate my intentions. It was not meant to tear down. This is a lesson in thinking about words. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. And even though I can't do that, I can't take it back. I will say, if I am allowed to amend my original statement, G, I do like the haircut. I think it makes you look like a
Don't
modern
do that.
day
Now it's worse. Now it's
2025
worse.
JC Chazet. Just take the JC Chazet compliment and move on with it.
It's getting worse and worse, man. It's getting worse. I mean,
Pe-
I can own
people love JC. I know he's not Timberlake, but people love JC.
I can own it. Maybe I should go. I might as well just buzz. Although I think I'd look horrible with a buzz cut. You've had a buzz cut before, haven't you?
I used to be a big buzz cut guy in high school. That was like peak football riz was used to get a three guard all over. Summer sometimes maybe mohawk it a little bit with a one on the sides and top with a little three in the middle. Yeah, that was something to be seen.
Do we have visual evidence of you with a mohawk that could be shared ever? I'd love to see some.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it. If you can you can stall for a second. It's actually I'm pretty sure I have visual evidence at the top of my camera roll. Give me 1 second.
What a great homage to Carter, by the way.
Okay, I don't know if you can really tell in this one, but this was what it looked like, where it was the three guard with the mohawk and the one on the sides.
Yeah, I mean, first off, was this picture taken in the 60s? Why are we black and white?
It was for the program guide for Charlotte Christian football ahead of the 2010 season.
I mean, you're a handsome devil over there.
Appreciate that. It was a good year. You see that? I was like linebacker wearing number 3. You're telling me that doesn't hit a little bit different? Single digit linebacker? Come on, I was pioneering that trend.
Did you stomp around your high school like big man on campus? I feel like you might have had like a 1 year window where all of a sudden you were feeling yourself, and it might be that picture right there.
It was 1 year window would be a stretch. It was like a 1 week window where I had a defensive touchdown that got called back on a bogus penalty. The first week of the season, I had a big fumble recovery for a touchdown, and I was feeling myself after that. But we went through this. Remember, I played with Sims Mcilfresh and Matthias Farley. I was never going to be the big man on the football team.
Well, I don't think we got into Matthias Farley, but we definitely did Sims. Shout out to Sims. Do you think we're ever gonna get Sims on the show one day? I feel like he's gotten a lot of talk lately on this.
I think I could like call Sims now and be like, "Yo, do you want to come on Sleepers?" And he would do it.
I mean, do you want to try right now?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, dial him up. While you do that, I'm sending you a screenshot of a college athlete that I think high school you looked like.
Oh gosh, this is gonna be harsh.
No, I think it's like I just see it. You just look like this guy. He was one of my favorite players to watch in a long time.
Max Hooper.
Are you
Never.
familiar with Max Hooper?
It's Sims. It's Riley. I'm live on the Sleepers Media podcast right now. People wanted to hear from you. That's it. If you call me back while we're still recording, I'll let you say what's up.
That's great. I loved it. You're not a Max Hooper guy?
No, I mean, I respect Oakland basketball, but I'm not a Michigander. I'm not familiar with them.
Understood. He was in the first Jack Golke, basically. Like
Nice.
he is to Jack Golke what Isaac Haas is to Zach Edey. Like the first one of the mold, and then the coach was like, I want one of those every single year. Let me find another one.
Mm.
Max Hooper shot 46% from three on 7 attempts a game in his 1 year at Oakland, and the whole time his name was Hooper on his jersey.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, pretty
I'll,
incredible.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
was nice. Should we move to the YouTube comment of the day, Riley?
Let's get into it.
See, this is where we miss the big fella's presence, isn't it? He actually does do so many little things for the show that go unappreciated by people like me. Kind of crazy. Um, okay, so we did a segment earlier this week on off-season moves that have backfired.
Hmm.
And it was framed around a tweet that I found where it was questioning if Kentucky had buyer's remorse after paying for Denzel Aberdeen when they could have paid for Boogie Fland. King Sam 3479 commented and said, "Nah, Denzel greater than Boogie. Denzel Aberdeen greater than Boogie." Riley, your thoughts?
Kentucky fans are just different, man. They really are.
I'm getting a new respect for them this offseason.
I mean, they're passionate.
I don't know that I've ever seen it. Like, were you familiar with how big Big Blue Nation was before this year?
Yeah, man. They're very vocal in my part of the country.
Yeah, I guess you've been fighting blue blood fan wars for years. That's not something I'm familiar with, but here we are. Yeah, there's Kentucky fans in our Discord right now that are bragging about playing the number one team in an exhibition game and like
Oh, yes.
taunting Indiana. Like you didn't schedule number one, even though Indiana plays Purdue twice this year. Sims McElfresh is calling. Let's go.
Hi, Sims. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Speaker.
Um, I'm on the Sleepers Media podcast right now, and they wanted you to say, "Hey, your name came up again," as it's prone to do on the show.
Sims.
Yeah, well, it's a weird name, so I understand that.
Sims, you're not a weird name, my friend. You're the greatest name that we've ever been put in contact with. You're also one of four legends on the history of this program that people thought were mythical characters. So this is a huge moment in
Who
the
are the
show's
others?
history.
Who are the Sims asked who the others are that were
Ooh,
mythical?
so there was a fake person that Carter came up with that I'm forgetting the name right now because again, much more forgettable name than Sims McElfresh, of course. We had a girl named Lucy Johnson who I always allude to because she cheated on me with Mike Posner the year that Mike
Oh,
Posner got
wow.
hot. Yeah, that was tough. And then the fourth one I can't disclose for privacy reasons.
Gotcha. I just want to say, Riley, did you see, speaking of, you sent me the link to the previous one where my name was mentioned. Did you see how Charlotte Christian's track team won Penn relays in the 4x1?
I did not.
Yeah, so we're legit,
Yeah.
just so your boys can know.
Are we still legit, or are we like old news now that like all these
You know,
relay?
we're definitely old news.
Okay. Well, at least we can just say we walked so that Charlotte Christian track could fly.
I think you're right in that, yeah.
Hey, well,
They got some freakishly fast kids, but
well, we were the Trailblazers. Appreciate you calling me back. I will
yeah,
talk to you. I'll talk to you soon, man.
Bye, Sims.
See ya.
see you guys.
I mean, that Sims. Okay, so many questions right now. Didn't know that he was like banter ready. He came right in ready to banter. That's special. And then two, what was that 4x1?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Sims is so perfectly on brand what you described Sims as. Like,
Hmm.
wow, wow.
Yeah. He's I think he would be made for the moment. Maybe we should get him on the draft show.
Or Riley Everydays might just need to become the Sims McElfresh show. Like,
Honestly,
Riley and Sim.
I might workshop that with him and see what we can do.
Oh my God, man. They say never meet your heroes. I'm so glad that I met Sims McElfresh right now. Let's get to the Discord. Join the Discord. Maybe we could get Sims in the Discord. We read your comments every day. The Discord looks forward to Riley Friday more than any other day. We start today with Malik Perry, who says, I've been looking at how to shake up college basketball. You should get 5 years no matter what. A redshirt counts as a year. Make the three-point line the same as the NBA, three-point contest, and other skills contests. Do you like any of those proposals?
Yes.
I do too. Malik says, should the NCAA tournament have a halftime show? If so, who should perform first?
Yes, Macklemore.
Macklemore do it. No, wouldn't it just be Lady Gaga? What was the song?
Yes. Abracadabra on repeat. There, that.
Abracadabra, oh, no, no. Like, and then meanwhile, Red Panda's just spinning in circles with plates. Like,
That needs to be the NCAA tournament tradition. It's just every year Gaga kicks us off at halftime.
I was so tired of that song by week two. Malik says, Happy Riley Fridays. If you don't celebrate, you ain't cool. With your football coach having female problems, does it take some heat off of Hubert?
No, basketball's still the crown jewel.
Let's make one thing clear. Bill Belichick does not have a female problem. If anything, it's the opposite right now. He's doing good in the love life, right, Riley?
I guess I don't. It's still weird to me.
Steph, he says, hey guys, the Indy 500 announced it will be a sold out crowd of nearly 350,000, which is just an absolutely mind blowing number. Can you imagine a football or basketball game with that number of people attending? Anyways, would you ever want to go to an Indy 500? And what are your thoughts on it? What other sporting events would you want to attend?
Huge bucket list item. I watched the Indy 500 for the first time last year. It was freaking awesome. It was exhilarating. The finish was incredible, and it made me it like made it all click why Midwesterners love it so much. And I think one of these days we need to do a Discord meetup at the Indy 500.
I love that you would love it. I think you'd thrive. I would not. I hate big crowds, first of all. Like I don't like big crowds. I do okay in small crowds, but I don't know. Being around that many people for an event I'm not even that excited for, I cannot get into car racing at all. Just not for me. Sounds miserable, sounds hot. I'm an indoor person. Yikes. But respect to the 8,500. That is a quite an achievement. Fam says, Happy Bluffs Friday. Y'all know how we rock. For the panel, what's on the agenda for Memorial Day weekend? For Cart and G specifically, anything unique that you're doing given May-Sember is in full effect throughout the Midwest? I only have one answer for this, and sorry, Cart's not here to answer, fam, but it is Murph's second birthday this weekend. So we got a big party coming at our house. We've been calling it an ice cream party. And if you ask Murph, like, are you ready for your birthday? She goes, ice cream party. She's really excited. We did get an ice cream truck to pull up. So that's the big thing. They're going to be like a moment for the kids that I'm looking forward to. And yeah, just prep in the backyard to be party ready for like 30 people.
What's your go-to ice cream novelty from the ice cream truck?
Ooh, I actually had to choose between a couple different packages, and this really got me thinking, like, do I do what I want or do I do what the kids want? Because
Hmm.
historically, for me, I'd be an ice cream sandwich guy. If they got the chocolate chip cookies, ice cream in the middle, I'd go
Hmm.
there. But I don't think that's the most kid-friendly ice cream. So I chose a different package that has some of the like SpongeBob popsicles and more popsicle based than true ice cream
Hmm.
based.
Fair take for sure.
What's your answer?
Choco Taco.
Good, great answer. Great answer. Yeah.
Loved them since I was a kid.
Great answer. What's your Memorial Day weekend plans?
So on Friday, this is probably the most one of the most on-brand things I've said for the Bluffs moniker. There's an event that happens every Friday in the summer at the Carolina Inn, which is this super bougie hotel like right on UNC's campus called Front Porch Fridays, where you can just go get yourself a craft beer, listen to some live music, go in there with Natalie, with Theo, and some of our friends. Saturday we'll probably grill, hopefully have some friends over. I don't know what I'm gonna grill yet. I might. We were talking about Gregory. We were talking about doing some grilled quesadillas.
Oh, I can send a recipe if you'd like.
Please do.
I will. I'll hit you with it. I'm proud of it because, yeah, it's like a Blackstone recipe, but I put an original tweak on a couple things that hit. It was good.
I want to hear it.
That sounds like a great weekend, Riley. One of these days, we'll spend a Memorial Day weekend together, probably in our late 60s when our kids are grown and we can look back fondly at all the greatest days of our lives. Moving on, Malik has a flurry. Love Malik's flurries. Riley, don't take Carter's basketball advice. Let your work on dribbling and shooting on a lower rim first. It's a marathon, not a sprint. No offense to Carter. Riley, you played soccer or football. Can't remember. End of flurry.
That was actually a pretty quick flurry. But yeah, football, not soccer. Appreciate the encouragement for Theo's work on the basketball court.
Oh, there's more also. He said end of flurry and then hit three more comments. He says, have to give a moment of silence for George Wendt, an actor from the show Cheers, has passed away. Moment of silence for George Wendt, please. Thank you. Shout out to Reggie Larry, one of the best coaches I know besides Derek and Greg. Have to give Greg the MSU Sleepers Award, not only for starting to save the Big Ten, Michigan and Michigan State hanging banners, but being a great fan all season. The real cherry on top was when you spoke up for Divine, unlike a certain big back who will not be named. End of flurry with claps. Riley, now that Carter's not here and we can speak freely about this, would you like to speak on MSU fans hating Carter and thinking he's a bad representation of their fan base?
Carter is a great representation. You need that honesty. You need someone. Look, I feel like I'm having to fight the good fight amid some UNC fans when I say the roster UNC has right now is still not up to their standards and they're scheduling a bunch of bye games in addition to it. Like sometimes you have to have someone who will speak up and say, hey, we have a standard to uphold here, and this is not it.
I think Carter gets a bad rap. It's just part of being online. Michigan fans also hate me and drove me from the hoops for him. So it's a bummer though, because I think Cart brings honesty to the table. You got to bring some honesty. I will milk MSU fans that like me more than Carter though. That's huge development. Okay, five more here. All Hail the Pope says, which school has the best program in college basketball? I think the only four that can be named are Kansas, Kentucky, North Carolina, and Duke. Just remember, Kentucky is the only program that has been good in every decade.
Are we talking like right now or historically?
I think he's saying like all time, what's the greatest program?
I don't know. It's hard for me to say my school right now, even though I want to. So I'll go Kansas.
It's hard to split hairs on this because I think truly all time accomplishments is still UCLA for me.
Yeah.
My answer is not one of the four you named. I think the current best program in college hoops is UConn.
Yeah, I'm with you.
They win a title every single decade, it seems. That's not something I've seen the rest of this list do. Jay Hart says, after seeing Kentucky fans and Indiana fans arguing over who plays Purdue more, the question needs to be asked, does Purdue have motion?
Uh, they have movement, but not motion.
Purdue's in a good spot. I think Purdue fans are inevitably going to botch this. Like they have such an easy opportunity to just be cool, but it's out of character, out of the realm a little bit for them.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, yeah. There's just like you're in engineering school. There's only so much like motion. I feel kind of cringy saying motion. There's only so much coolness you can have when you're in engineering school.
I will say Halliburton continuing to hit clutch shots is a big development for Purdue fans because they're Pacers fans also. So
Mhm.
I don't know if they're shutting the haters up in a lot of ways right now. Michael Sprizer, a new member of the Discord, shout out to Michael for joining, by the way, says, I will be spending Memorial Day weekend in Naples with my girlfriend visiting her grandparents. While there, she wants to introduce me to a public sub. Any go-to recommendations? This is one of the fine delicacies that planet Earth has to offer, Michael. Look forward to this. What's your recommendation, Riley?
Buffalo chicken tender sub. Don't think twice. I like to get mine with a little cheddar cheese, some spinach, get a little healthiness mixed in there. But yeah, just as long as you got the tenders and the buffalo sauce, you'll be golden.
I'm not far off of that. My recommendation is just the chicken tender sub. So we're on the same track here. The tender pub sub, however you want
So
it
good.
served, hot, not hot, with cheese, with veggies, whatever. It is so good. It's unbelievable. And my recommendation would be get more than one. Because when I go to Florida and I go to a Publix, I usually only make one trip to a Publix. So I'll load up. I'll get like four for a
Mm.
4 day trip and just have them for lunch, throw them in the fridge. They heat up really nicely. Enjoy your trip to Naples, Michael. Two more comments. Michael, please says, Happy Riley Friday, guys. RIP to Around the Horn. Last show is Friday. I remember watching most days after school growing up. It's cool to see all the interviews and videos with Tony Reali this week. He seems like an awesome dude.
Well said.
Were you an Around the Horn guy at all?
I was not, no.
You and Sims weren't firing that up after school?
I mean, it was like background noise, but never really got into it.
Okay. I was a big around the horn guy growing up as well. Tony Reali is, I think, the nicest guy in media, from what I can tell. He interacted with me a couple times. We exchanged some DMs and
That's cool.
is super, super nice and genuine. So shout out to him for the way he's handled this entire thing. Gonna be sad when that show ends. Fam has our final comment today. Says, congrats on making it this far as you've survived a rare triple flurry from Malik. Friendly reminder, there's no limit to how many flurries can occur in a day. Don't get ready if you stay ready. Yes, Malik, we love you.
Incredible.
Fam, we love you. We are brought to you by ourselves, and that's it. But sometimes we're brought to you by God, but only when Riley wants us to be brought to you by God. Riley, do you want us to be brought to you by God today?
I love the Lord, but for the sake of time, just read a psalm on your own. I read Psalm 25 this morning. That's you can read
Riley,
it.
I don't want to point fingers, my friend. I know we do have to move, but it does feel like you've been deprioritizing the Lord's presence on this show for a couple weeks now.
Yeah, I guess that's true. We'll get back to our roots next week. You'll get a good devotion from me.
All right, I appreciate that. Let's get to our show. Topic one, what we got?
All right, Greg, we have one sentence on this to communicate what every top 25 team needs to do in order to win a title.
Ooh, love it.
And I
Love it.
used Jeff Borzello's way too early rankings on this. Me and him exchanged text a few weeks ago when I used the on three rankings instead, and I said you need to show a little gratitude for when we used your rankings. He promptly hit me back with a thank you in all caps. We buried the hatchet. We're back to Borzello's way too early top 25.
Shout out to Borzello, the nicest hair in showbiz. You could say that he has Justin Timberlake hair.
He does. We can't all there's only 5 spots, man. We can't all be JT.
Okay, let's go. Are you going to tee up the teams? How are we going to do this?
Yep, I got you. Number 1, Purdue.
Stay healthy.
I said find a semblance of rim protection between Clough and TKR.
Yeah, it's the basketball one.
Number 2, UConn.
Point guard plays legit.
Said Terrace Reed, good enough to play 27 or more minutes. Number 3, St. John's.
I like that we're holding ourselves to a true one sentence. St. John's is third right now.
Mm-hmm.
Rick Pitino, voodoo.
Ian Jackson at point guard works out. Number 4, Houston.
Defensive clinics.
Isaiah Harwell or Kingston Flemings is good enough to get more minutes than Pop. Number
You did some good effort on this, sir. Continue.
Thank you. BYU at number 5.
Richie Saunders is the best player on the team.
Ooh, I said top 40 defense.
Yeah, good.
Number 6 is Duke.
Cam Boozer transcended.
Ooh, okay. I like that angle. I said Caleb Foster becomes Tyrese Proctor 2.0. Okay, well, now I'm breaking it, but play really good defense, knock down spot up threes, let Cam and the other dudes shine, steady, like provide a steady presence.
I think they need the flag replacement more than any of the others, but I hear you.
Yep. Number 7 is Louisville.
Be the best backcourt.
I like that. I said Sananda Frew plays at either a first or second team all conference level.
People like him.
I love him. Number 8, Texas Tech.
Christian Anderson, breakout sensation.
I said LaJuan Watts as good as or better than Darian Williams.
So can I quick break this? I floated to cart that Texas Tech is next year's Purdue. I think they only have 3 players.
Yeah, I agree.
Me doing Anderson and you doing Watts kind of indicates that. So I'm kind of worried that even if our 2 things hit, they still won't be good enough.
That's how I feel too. It hit me while prepping for this that I don't think they're a top 10 team, even though I love Grant McCaslin and I love Christian Anderson.
This is going to get more fun as we get harder down the list, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Number 9 is Michigan.
Yaxel comes and is the National Player of the Year.
Cadeau shooty shoot. Number 10 is
that
Arkansas.
Felt like a shotgun to the chest.
Number 10 is Arkansas.
Acuff, the best freshman this year.
Ooh, I said avoid a hot shooting mid-major in the tournament.
Okay.
Number 11 is Kentucky.
Jalen Lowe is a lot better than we expect.
Mm-hmm. I said Jaden Quaitnance, healthy and plays like a lottery pick, but I like your answer a lot as well. Arizona at 12.
Oh man. Tourney luck. Tommy Lloyd just gets the other side of the bad tourney luck he's had.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one. I said upgrade from Anthony Del Orso with either join Aristode, got to be better, or they get an international kid.
Yeah, that's good.
13, Iowa State.
Addition by subtraction.
Ooh, I said Otts puts the opposing coach in a sleeper hold.
Okay.
You could use that, interpret that how you will.
Literally, physically, yeah.
14, UCLA.
Eric Daly breakout.
Ooh, I like that answer. I thought about that one, but I said Xavier Booker becomes good at basketball. They need that. They need him to be a two-way center.
Yeah, cross them off my title list.
15, Auburn.
Todd Pettiford back.
Mm. Even with Pettiford back, I think they need three out of this group of Kevin Overton, Abdi Bashir, Elijah Freeman, and Keyshawn Hall. Like three out of those four need to be 37% 3-point shooters, I think. They're losing so much shooting from this past year.
I'm super out on Auburn, so that's a hard one for me.
I feel you. 16, Wisconsin.
LOL, come on, it's Greg Ard. Like he's not winning a title.
Nolan Winter, 30 minutes per game, all conference caliber big man.
I mean, it could happen. They're good. They're still not winning a title.
Yeah, I know, but I'm the Nolan Winter guy.
I think they're the only team on this list that's going to be my answer for.
You'll be surprised. 17, Illinois.
Brad Underwood's right.
Uh, Andrei Stojakovic makes more threes than Elliot Cadeau in league play, which he did not do last year. Let that
Great reveal.
be. 18, Florida.
Gator boys stay hot.
That's exactly what I wrote. Look at us locked in Twinsky in honor of Carter.
I feel like Cart for once. I just got a genuine locked in twins. That was great.
19, Creighton.
Ooh. I don't know. Does hire Fran McCaffrey as offensive consultant?
It's not. Wait, they didn't do that, did they?
No, I don't think so. But it's just an Iowa team. Great.
Oh, right. Duh. I said that Blake Harper, Jackson McAndrew, Owen Freeman needs to be one of the 5 best front courts in the country. That's the strength.
That's a good vision.
20 with Tennessee.
Jacoby Gillespie is an upgrade from their backcourt last year.
I went similar. I said Gillespie and Nate Ament need to combine for connect-like production and probably better.
Yeah, I like that.
Kansas at 21.
Darren Peterson is actually the most talented player Bill Self's ever coached.
I said Peterson scoring 22 plus points per game. So yeah, same vein. 22 is Gonzaga.
Like a pity Mark Few tourney run. Like Mark Few announces his retirement and everyone's like, let's just let him have one.
That might be my favorite answer so far. I said Mario St. Superi. He relegates Braden Smith to the bench, the other Braden Smith.
Good Lord, man.
23, Michigan State.
One of Izzo's non-top 50 freshmen becomes a lottery pick again.
Yeah, that's a good one. I said Jeremy Fears becomes a 17-7 guy.
Yeah.
I think that's it. They have no shot creation outside of that. 24, Alabama.
3-point variance.
I said Aiden Holloway and Jaleel Bethea combined for 35 points a game.
Ooh, wow.
So it's not that hard. Just 115, 120. 25. We got to end this with my Tar Heels. North Carolina, what do they have to do?
Fire the coach midseason.
I knew you were going to say that. I said Caleb Wilson becomes the go-to scorer and a self-creator.
Would you be happy? This is a genuine question. If North Carolina won a national championship, would you be happy?
Yes, dude. What are you talking about?
It would mean Hubert Davis never leaves. He wins a title and he's never fired. And he's
he's already in his mid-50s. He's probably not going to coach more than 10 years.
He coaches 20 more years. You get this title this year, and Hubert coaches until he's Izzo aged.
Oh gosh, yeah, I don't know if I would take that one.
It's crazy. It's crazy to think we're offering a title and we're like, I got to think about it.
Well, it's just because when you look at UNC's track record, this would even go back to they've won a title every decade since the 80s. They have a good shot to get back there with a different coach, the program track record speaks for itself.
Extremely true. All right. That was a fun exercise. Thank you for preparing it. Topic 2.
We are going to do an over and under exercise using Joe Lunardi's Bracketology.
Ooh, God, you're good at topics.
He dropped his first Bracketology 2 days ago, and I wanted to look at our favorite teams, UNC, Michigan, Michigan State, say over, under what the seed lines Lunardi hasn't projected at. And then we'll also look at a few other teams that, we have big audiences with. A lot of people care about teams that we are tapped into, so to speak.
Can't wait.
So let's kick it off with my UNC Tar Heels checking in on the 5 line in Lunardi's latest Bracketology.
Does over mean a number higher than 5?
Over would mean a number lower, right?
See, I always get tripped up with words with numbers. Like
Wait,
if I think North Carolina will be a 6 seed or worse, what do I say?
a 6 seed or worse? Oh, gosh, this is confusing me.
Why don't we just call it better or worse?
Let's do that. Better or worse?
I'm going worse than a 5 seed.
I'm smashing the worst. There's no in between with you. They're either a 1 seeder or they're on the bubble, and I'm going on the bubble.
Kind of a funny truth, actually. Yeah, they literally either one of the best in the country or nope.
Yep, it's very few in between. Michigan, Lunardi has them on the 2 line.
Worse.
I think they're worse as well. Michigan State has them on the 4 line.
Worse.
Yeah, like these are 3 teams. I'm like, man, this might be it. Well, your team obviously has the most upside, but just the initial reaction, I was like, ooh, I'm
Do we want
smashing.
to let's give a quick number too. Like I would put Carolina on like the 8 or 9 line.
Yep, that's where I have them. Michigan, I'd probably say 4 line. They feel very 4 seedy to me.
I think with Yaxel it ends up being a 3, 2 or 3. But yeah, I wouldn't bet like there's no 1 seed potential for Michigan, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm with you. Michigan State, somewhere between like 9 seed to Dayton.
I'll give Izzo benefit of the doubt and call him like a 7 seed. But
Okay.
yeah, same. Much lower than a 4.
Yep. Moving on to the teams who we still care about, even if they're not our favorites. Purdue on the 1 line.
Just right.
I agree. Exactly. Just right.
Yeah.
Number 1 overall seed. I'll give them that if we
I
want
like
to
it too.
run a little
Yeah.
bit.
This is the year of Purdue. We got to own that. We got to get through it, and then we got to save the Big Ten again.
Illinois on the 5 line.
I'm gonna go worse. I don't feel good about it. I would go just right if I could, but I'd say like a 6 or a 7 is my prognostication.
I'm actually going to say better. I'm going to say a 3 or a 4. I think Stojakovic takes the next leap into stardom. I said this when Illinois was recruiting him. He feels like a cross between Will Riley with like the ability to get to the mid range shot and Marcus Domask with like the herky jerky point wing type skill set that I think should thrive. Playing next to my guy from the Adriatic League, Big Petro, aka Petro Boomin. Year 2 Big T, I'm also in on he's gonna like receive extra power with his twin next to him as well. So I'll take Illinois on the 3 line. UConn also on the 1 line.
Um, I think they're a 1, but it's like you can't go higher. So
Yeah.
I guess I'd have them there.
Yeah, I think just right for them as well. I'm super high on this team as like probably the best backcourt in the country, best starting backcourt in the country, let's say. So yeah, I think that's fitting with them. BYU on the 3 line.
I'm gonna go better. I have to go better somewhere, and I have BYU as the top 8 team in the sport.
I think I'm gonna go worse. I don't feel great about it, but I feel like a 4 or a 5. Like I definitely see the vision for the top 5 team. It's just that defense that's freaking me out. Like I don't know if Xavier Statton's enough rim protection to elevate him that much.
Yeah, fair.
Last one in this exercise, Duke on the 1 line.
I'll go lower, put them as a 2.
Yeah, they feel like a 2 or 3 to me. I just still have too many questions on the backcourt with Caleb Foster.
Yeah, I think that's totally fair. There's a lot of teams in the 2 to 3 line though that I feel like I'm buying. The problem is all the teams I'm buying relative to expectation are good. I don't want any of the teams that are like 20th.
Yeah,
I don't see it this year, you know?
Agree completely.
Anybody else or is that it?
That's it. Unless you have any. Is there anyone you want me to check on? Did I forget any fan base that we got to give some love to?
What's Louisville?
They were a 6 seed. That's
That's
the
a
one
fun
where I'm
one.
like, 6 seed is insane to me, Joe. Joseph, how are you going to put Carolina on the 5 and Louisville as a 6? I got Louisville. Louisville's a 2 seed.
Yeah, I'd go way better with Louisville too. That's a fun one. Trying to think if there's any. What about is Indiana in there?
Ooh, let me pull that up. Gut reaction. I think Indiana is like a 6 seed, 6 or 7 would be where I would slot them in.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I could see them bubbly, but I would think they're in the bracketology at minimum.
Joey Brackets has them as the first 4 out.
Wow,
He
that's
has SMU and Marquette, Ole Miss in over Indiana. Indiana's getting in over all 3 of those teams.
yeah. We're gonna put Indiana in. Take that, Joe Lenardi. Great segment, Riley. Third and final topic today. What you got?
Final topic. You know, Gregory, it is a new segment that I like to call Upside Bonanza, where it's we have a draft, Greg, that we will not know the full results until the actual draft. I want both of us to draft a team of 5 players. Maybe we'll throw in 6. We feel a little cutesy. Who combined for 70 points or fewer this past season. And the goal will be to come up with like this is golf rules because I'm a golf guy now. You want the lowest total of your 5 players, like the lowest number of their draft slot wins. So, for example, if you pick a guy who averaged under, or excuse me, if you let's say you pick a guy who averaged like 8 points per game and he goes seventh in the draft. You get 7 points. Like the higher this upside player goes, like we want to have the look. Did I explain this right?
I could not be more lost on the scoring of the game. Are we
Okay,
drafting points or like draft spots?
we're going. I'm sorry, I botched the explanation. So we are going to each draft a team. The total of points that they scored this past year cannot exceed 70.
So just college basketball players that played last season.
Correct.
Okay.
And you get more points if they go in the lottery or like the higher they go in the draft,
In the NBA draft?
in the NBA draft.
So we want players that are exiting college basketball.
Correct.
Okay.
And you want to pick the highest combination of guys who go high in the draft with a low amount of points per game.
So it has to be under 70, but as long as you stay under 70, that part doesn't matter. You're just focused on getting the highest draftees.
Correct. But yes, exactly. But you have to stay under 70.
And if you go over 70, you automatically lose. But as long as we both stay under 70, it's about getting the guys who will be drafted the highest.
Yep, you got it.
Wow. Okay, we got there. How many are we doing?
We're doing 5 players each.
Okay.
Do you want the first pick or the second?
I still am really afraid of this, so I'm going to go second.
All right. I will take Common Malawatch first.
It's a good pick. He didn't score a lot, did he?
I think he averaged about 8 points per game.
Can we cheat this and take Euros or no?
No, you got to take guys who we have like definitive data on.
I think I'm going to do a strategy here. And what happens if you take someone who's undrafted?
Then you get 0. Oh, I didn't think about that. Then that player's invalidated.
Okay.
You got to take someone drafted.
Okay. I'll take Cooper Flag.
Okay. So
I got a strategy. I got a strategy. I'm taking Cooper Flag, and I'm going to take. Yegor Demon.
Ooh, that's a good pick. So how many Yegor? I will take Jace Richardson next,
It's a good pick. I had him on my short list.
and I will take Carter Bryant.
I think Carter could fall, but I don't hate that. I'm at like 30 points a game right now with 3 guys left. I'm glad I got Coop though, as long as I can do this right.
I didn't realize Jace averaged 12. I thought he was lower than that.
I'll take. Oh man, this is harder than I thought. I'm gonna take Drake Powell. He had to be
Drake.
low.
What'd you say?
He had to be pretty low, right?
Yeah, I want to say he was like 6.5 or 7, somewhere in that range.
I'm gonna take Drake Powell, and I'm gonna take. LeBaron Philon.
Ooh, I like that pick too. All right, so I have for my last 2 spots, man, maybe I got some. We might have to go with a 6. Well, does that mess up your strategy too much? 70 points might be too high. Maybe we just stick to the original names.
We can do 6 if you want.
All right, let's go to 6. Um, I got 42.8 points to play with. I'm gonna take I'm gonna take Dylan Harper.
See, now you got in on my strategy. God damn it. I should have scooped him up. I noticed the math was wrong, damn it.
And you let me adjust the rules too.
I know. Oh my God, I feel like Cart. All right, so I gotta get two more here. I have 7.4 plus Cooper flag. 19.2 equals 47 minus 70. So I have 22 points to work with. I'm gonna take I need like a little guy and another star. I'll take Ace Bailey,
All right.
who had to be pretty high. Ace Bailey was 17, so I need someone who averaged 5 a game. Shit, that was a bad pick. Who stunk? There's got to be someone that'll get drafted. Um, Carter Knox.
I might have just won this. Well, I actually don't want to speak too highly. I've thought I've beat you in drafts before when I have not.
Yeah,
Um,
you won.
let's see. With my next pick, I will take Asanul.
Yeah, you won because I went over. Damn it, Riley.
Oh
Good
shit!
work.
Asa averaged 15. I thought Asa averaged like 12.
Good work. I'm
Hold on, I still got to make my last pick.
well, hurry up because we have to do Bleacher now.
I will take uh
Well, you went first. You shouldn't have two more.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. No, if we're taking a sixth guy, I get one more because
I
I have
already
nine.
drafted six. It came back to you for six.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. We got one big thing. I love you and how much effort you put into this show. And it feels half-assed since we have to be very short on time for this. But that was truly going to be my one big thing. You just got an expedited version of it. But we just did our first full day of videos together. You crushed it. I had a lot of fun doing it. Thank you, Riley. I love you.
Appreciate you, sir. My one big thing is play better music at the gym.
Any specifics there?
Every time I go to the gym on Wednesday mornings, I have to hear ABBA's Dancing Queen playing through the speakers. And I'm a guy who likes to listen to podcasts while I lift. How am I supposed to listen to you banter with Dion or Ralph or Carter when I'm having to hear Dancing Queen like be just as loud as what I'm hearing in my AirPods?
That's facts. All right. Great show today, Riley. Have a great weekend, everybody.